So yeah, chat, let's talk about this banner real quick. I have been playing the game for more than 1 year. I've had Eula since her first release and Albedo since his first release. I want to give you my thoughts on these characters as well as the 4-star characters and help you decide whether you want to get the character or not. Maybe skip, maybe wait for another. I mean, if you're into cryo waifus, you probably have seen Shanha, so I don't know, you might be thinking twice about getting this waifu. So Albedo is one of the easiest sub DPS characters that you can ever bring onto any team. You pop him in, use his E, and then get out, and his E stays on the field for 30 seconds. It's such a long time. Before this patch, before his free 4-star sword and the new artifact set, I would say he's not really someone you need to pull. Like, his damage isn't anywhere near the best sub DPS characters in the game, and it would be much better for you to just use another sub DPS. Although I do use him when I use Noelle as a main DPS because it gives lots of gear particles to Noelle, so it synergizes well. So currently his best in slot is Harbinger of Dawn because he doesn't scale well with attack, he scales well with defense, so you'd rather put some more crit rate and crit damage on him. So this is currently a best in slot, but it will change probably, most likely, once we get that new 4-star sword, defense 4-star sword, and get it to refinement 5. Artifacts currently, you'd want to go with either 4-piece Noblesse Oblige or 2-piece Archaic 2-piece Noblesse. But again, there's a new artifact set coming out. Probably your new best set is the Huts of Opulent Dreams. Do I think Albedo is worth pulling at this patch? Probably, yeah, I think so. One of the easiest sub DPS characters you can implement into any team. He doesn't cause elemental reactions because he's Geo, so you gotta keep that in mind if you want to do elemental reactions. With Albedo, you don't really need to get any of his constellations, although C2 does give you a big damage bump. Well, actually, before it wasn't that big of a damage bump, but with the new weapon, the defense sword and the defense artifact, you will get more value out of the C2 because the C2 increases your burst damage by a value of your defense. So C2 is going to be amazing, and then that's a good stopping point. But the thing is, he's a 5-star, so you're gonna have to spend a lot of money to get C2. I don't think you have to. Getting these constellations is just like, you know, a little bit of a change in code. It's not really worth your money to pay so much just for some changes in the code, a little bit of value change. C4 definitely a super niche constellation because it increases plunge attack damage. You don't really do plunge attacks that much. C6 increases the damage done by characters with a crystallized from Solar Isotoma. So 70% increased damage, pretty good, but you know, you're gonna spend a lot of money. I don't think it's worth it. Now let's talk about Eula. So Eula is the best physical DPS in the game. However, she's not the best DPS in the game. I would still give that to Ganyu and maybe Hu Tao. What Eula does have is she has the #1 highest possible damage number. With her burst, you can do easily more than 1 million damage even at C0. Highest damage number in the game, but not necessarily highest DPS in the game because her burst requires a lot of setup, requires a lot of energy, lots of management. Most of the time, when you're in the open world, everything's dead before your burst does damage because she hits like a truck. My normal attacks with Eula are doing upwards of 20k, which is insane, and nothing in the open world is gonna survive 20k per swing. So she shines in hard content like in Spiral Abyss, where there's just very spongy enemies, and her burst will really chunk that HP down to half or even 70% depending on your constellations and, you know, your weapon. What is a struggle for her are those enemies or bosses which have HP damage limiters. What I mean by that is like Ajdaha in Magu Kenki. Even if you do 9 gazillion bajillion damage, their HP isn't gonna get depleted because there's like a limit for it, and then they go into the next phase. That's one of the things she struggles with, and that is why in those cases she gets beat out by sustained DPS like Ganyu or Hu Tao. Eula can already destroy everything in the game at C0, so I don't know, do you want to get constellations? Like, do you want to do 5 billion damage? I mean, nothing in the game needs 5 million damage. All of these will make her a better DPS, but it's overkill. It's up to you if you're a whale like me. Current best set is Pale Flame. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Pale Flame, the best on Eula, hands down, no other artifact. And then you know, the sword is Song of Broken Pines. If you're a whale, you can get that one, but I'm happy with my Wolf's Gravestone. If you don't have any 5 stars, Prototype Archaic is fine. Now for the 4 stars in this banner, Bennett, man, if you still don't have Bennett at this point in the game, just quit Genshin Impact. Bennett is in the shop right now! Just get Bennett! Oh my my god. Best 4-star character, hands down. You can put it on any team except probably Hu Tao team because you don't want to heal up Hu Tao. You put him on any team and bump up your damage by a lot. Yes, Benny. A lot. And then you can heal up the whole party. Just switch the characters. You can heal up everybody because he heals for a ton. And then you also have decent pyro application because his elemental skill has low cooldown. Something every Genshin player has to have is Bennett. You can go playing Genshin Impact without any of these characters. That's fine. But you gotta have Bennett. You cannot not have Bennett. Alright, so Rosaria. Rosaria pool flashbacks? What you're looking at right now is the most expensive Rosaria in the world. So Rosaria, I would say, is one of the better cryo sub DPS characters in the game. She deals good damage. She also gives crit rate to the whole party. If you have her C6, she decreases physical resistance of enemies. She's actually a great pair with Eula. If you do pull on Eula banner, you can also get some Rosaria. What she brings to the table is, of course, that crit rate transfer. So if you build her as sub DPS, you can max out her crit rate up to 100%. And then she gives 15% crit rate to the whole party when she does her burst. Noelle, one of my most favorite characters in the game. I've always had fun with Noelle. So what she is she's kind of an all-in-one package. She can DPS while at the same time she's healing and she is shielding. So if you want a character that can do everything, Noelle is your girl. I gotta say, if you get her to C6, it's just so satisfying to make her a DPS. When you build her with proper defense sands and crit rate, crit damage. Current best set is the Retracing Bowlight. I would definitely be farming today. I'll be farming the new artifact set, which increases defense. We'll see how it works on Noelle. That's it for my thoughts on this banner. Honestly, my final thoughts is Genshin is an easy game, so just get whatever character you like. You don't really need the strongest characters in the game because content is easy. Just get whatever character you like, you know? Just have fun with the game. See you around! Eula.